Hello everyone, welcome to bisptrainings.com. My name is Sumit and I'm going to start a new video series, and the topic of that video series will be Introduction on Tibco Spotfire. So this is my first video in that series. So in this video I will be going to give you an introduction about Spotfire. So what exactly Tibco Spotfire is, what are the main features of Tibco Spotfire, and what are the various parts available within that, the architecture of a Spotfire. And then finally, we'll be going to have a look how can we set up a Tibco Spotfire on our local system. So let's start the introduction part. Tibco Spotfire, it's an analytics and business intelligence platform tool which allows customer to perform in-depth analysis on data using statistics. So usually we have database, data can be stored in multiple ways, data can be stored in many ways, and until and unless that data will not be in a proper visualization format, so it would be very difficult to understand that data, it would be difficult to take decisions on that. So Tibco Spotfire, it's an analytical tool which helps the customers or the decision makers to perform or to do the in-depth analysis on the data. It is an enterprise class analytics and data discovery platform. Its client application which focus on the creation of data visualization and include high performance, scalability and security. It's a part of a new breed of tools created to bridge the gap between the massive amount of data that the corporation produced today and the business users who need to interpret their data in order to have the best foundation for decision they can take. Because as you know, that data might be coming in any format. Data can be in Excel format, data can be in .csv format, or in structured format, unstructured format, cloud database data can be in different format. So to visualize that data, to take decisions on that data, first of all we need to arrange that data, we need to prepare the data in such a way so that the decision makers or the users, they can take decisions on that. So Tibco Spotfire platforms, it offers the possibility of creating very powerful data visualization from real-time business activities, which will be used for monitoring to big data, database decisions becomes very easy because of that. So we have other BI tools available in market. We have ClickView, we have Tableau. So we'll be going to have a look how Tibco Spotfire is different from all of them. So let's talk about the main features of Tibco Spotfire. So these are the few main features of Tibco Spotfire. The first is it can connect to more than 30 different data sources. So it can be connected to more than 30 different data sources, and we can choose the data source from several databases, which includes big data, Teradata, web services, files, and legacy applications. And not only we can load the local database into Tibco Spotfire, also we can use the cloud database as well. We can also access the cloud database within Tibco Spotfire. Big data analysis can be done. So Tibco Spotfire delivers the power of map reduce to regular users. Database analysis, there data visualization can be built on top of database using information links, and due to this there is no need to pull the analyzed data into platform as a live link, because there is no need to pull the data within Tibco Spotfire. It works as a live link, and whenever we make any changes in the real-time data, it will get effect into Tibco Spotfire as well. Spotfire has capability of merging data from several distinct sources into a single visualization, so there will be visual joins available. Data drill down, we can drill down data to further level. For example, we can load the data and then we can visualize the data. We can filter the data based on region wise, then within region wise we can filter the data into state wise, then city wise, and then area wise. So like this we can drill down the data simply by clicking on the options which are available within Spotfire. If we look at the Tibco Spotfire platform overview, so you can see there are several parts of Tibco Spotfire. So we have it, basically it is divided into four layers. You can see there are four layers. One is the persistence layer. In persistent layer, database exists. In server layer, we have Tibco Spotfire server and Tibco Spotfire web player server. We have flat client layer, Tibco Spotfire professional, and thin client layer, that is the web player client through which our online clients, online users, they can access the reports or the dashboards or the visualized reports, visualized data which will be going to prepare by using Tibco Spotfire. So let's understand them one by one, all the parts separately. So this platform is composed of several intercommunication components with one its own responsibilities, and they are enabling a cluster deployment. So first of all, we have a Tibco Spotfire server. So this Tibco Spotfire server, it makes a set of services available to the analytics clients, mainly Tibco Spotfire Professional and Tibco Spotfire Player server. So you see it is filling up a gap between the Tibco Spotfire Professional and Tibco Spotfire web player server. So first of all, we can visualize, we can prepare the reports, and we can analyze the data by using Tibco Spotfire Professional on our local desktop, local system. And then by using Tibco Spotfire server, we can publish them with the help of a Tibco Spotfire web player server. We can provide those details to our Tibco Spotfire web player clients. So the clients, they can connect to the web player server and can pull the data, can access the reports or the dashboards which will be published on Tibco Spotfire player server. Then we have a Tibco Spotfire Professional. This is a client application that focus on the creation of data visualization, taking advantage of all the platform features. And this is the main client application, and because of that, it has enabled all the data manipulation functionalities such as use of data filtration and drill down the data, working online and offline, can also export visualization to MS PowerPoint, PDF and HTML. But this is available for only for Windows environment. So the analysis sheet which we are going to design, which we are going to prepare by using Tibco Spotfire Professional, basically it is a client software. So once the reports and the dashboards or the analysis sheet are prepared, we can export them into PDF format or into HTML format or other formats as well. Tibco Spotfire web player server, it helps the users to access and interact the visualization using a web application which was created using Tibco Spotfire Professional. So let's suppose there is a visualization data sheet, visualization data sheet I have prepared by using Tibco Spotfire. So with the help of Tibco Spotfire server, the our clients, they are this Tibco Spotfire web player server, they can interact, they can access this visualization data sheet one, and the clients can access the data. So for this, we do not need to install any software in this version. The only drawback is that the application can access only in read only mode. So our clients, they can only visualize the data, they can only access the data sheet, but they cannot make any changes into it, they cannot customize it, they can only access it because it's in read only mode. Finally, we have Tibco Spotfire web player client. So these are the thin clients to the web player server, and server internal browser can be used on various operating systems such as Internet Explorer on Windows, Mozilla Firefox on Windows and Mac OS, Google Chrome on Windows and Android, and so on. And Tibco also provide an application for iPad which is available in iTunes. So we can download and install Tibco Spotfire application on our iPads from the iTunes, and by using proper credentials we can connect to the link which will be given by the Tibco Spotfire web player server, and then we can access the visualization data sheets. So this is the complete platform overview, complete architecture of a Tibco Spotfire. Now, what is Tibco Spotfire Desktop? Because we are going to work on the client application, client software, which is known as Tibco Spotfire Desktop. So, first of all, we let's understand what exactly Tibco Spotfire Desktop is, how it is helpful, how it is useful, and then we'll be going to have a look how can we set up Tibco Spotfire Desktop on our local system by using virtual machine. So, Tibco Spotfire Desktop is self-service software for data visualization and analytics, and it enables users to generate and share critical insight from data that derive real business values. So it's a BI tool for visualization and analytics. And why I call it as a self-service software, because the options are inbuilt over there. We need to simply drag and drop, and then it will automatically visualize the data. It will automatically present the data in a standard visualization, and then we can customize that visualization as required, as desired. But there's a standard visualization is available within Tibco Spotfire. And what can be done with Spotfire Desktop if we have installed Spotfire Desktop on our local system? What can be done with that? So Tibco Spotfire Desktop is designed for the curious. With Spotfire, we can turn the data into knowledge, or we can focus on what matter. Basically, we can emphasize the important ideas in that data, and we can communicate with precision, or we can share the complex thoughts with clarity. So for example, I would like to visualize the data, as I've already given example to you. I have load a sales data in Tibco Spotfire, and now I would like to visualize the data, that how much total sale I have done in a specific region. So that can be done, that visualization can be done by using Tibco Spotfire, and a basic visualization or the standard visualization will be given by Spotfire automatically once we load the data, and later on we can customize it as our requirement. Why should a organization or a customer go for Tibco Spotfire Desktop? Because there are three important options, three important features. First, it gain by using Tibco Spotfire, the clients, they can gain confidence, they can gain insight, and they can become a catalyst for change. Because your decisions are supported with facts, every insight is supported by data, and every move is precise. So you will gain confidence on working on Tibco Spotfire on your with your data. You can easily gain insight, or basically we can easily do the data mining or data massaging, which helps the discover, and means you can discover the data in such a way that you have never think that whether it is possible for you or not, or you can do in such a way or not. So by using Tibco Spotfire, you can visualize the data as required, as desired. And by using Tibco Spotfire Desktop, you can become a catalyst for change, because you can share powerful insight and make precise recommendation to drive values for your organization. Now let's have a look how we are going to set up a Tibco Spotfire Desktop installation, how we can do that. So for that, first of all, we need a software. So before installation, we need to download the software of Tibco Spotfire Desktop. So for that, we can visit this link, spotfire.tibco.com/try desktop. And once you fill up the data over here, you will get a 30 days trial version, 30 days trial on Tibco Spotfire. So you can download and install it on your system, but your subscription will last for 30 days. Let's suppose if you want to work on a Tibco Spotfire, but you don't want to install any application at the end, you don't want to set up a virtual server or Tibco Spotfire on local desktop. For that, there is another solution which is called as a Tibco Spotfire Cloud. So by using this Spotfire Cloud, we can register online and we can access our data online. We can visualize the data online by using this Tibco Spotfire Cloud. So we need to register here. This is also a 30 days trial version, but this by using this Tibco Spotfire Cloud, we can visualize our data online, and we can create graphs, we can create data sheets, or various charts, different charts online. We do not need to download, we do not need to perform any installation on our local desktop. So in order to perform that, I have virtual machine. I'm using this virtual machine for installing the Tibco Spotfire because it's a 30 days trial version, so that after 30 days, if my subscription expire, I can restore the virtual machine. And from the link which I have shared with you just now, from there, I have downloaded the Tibco Spotfire desktop and copied into my virtual machine, and that's the setup file. So double click on it, on this setup file. Yes. Now, for it is mandatory that there should be Spotfire Microsoft .NET Framework 4.5 should be installed to be work on Tibco to be for setting up Tibco Spotfire desktop on local system. So I click on install, and so it will get download and install it. So it will download .NET Framework 4.5 version on my desktop within this virtual machine, which is mandatory for setting up Tibco Spotfire. So let's the installation begin, and I'll just start the installation for .NET. And once the installation of .NET will complete, then we'll start the installation of .NET Tibco Spotfire. So the installation of .NET has been completed. Now let's start the installation of Spotfire. Yes. Next. Accept the license agreement. Next. Next. And you can see the Tibco Spotfire icon has been appeared now. So let's finalize the installation, and then we'll be going to see a demo visualization. We'll have a look that how can we walk through on a Tibco Spotfire, how can we work on it, or basically how to load the data into Tibco Spotfire. We'll have a look for same. So finally the Tibco Spotfire has been installed successfully. So let's finish the wizard and let's start Tibco Spotfire. So I'll launch Tibco Spotfire. So the Tibco Spotfire has been launched successfully. And now we'll be going to have a look at how can we load the data. So there are various ways to load the data into Spotfire. Like we have add data, we can use this add data. So there are either we can use open file, click on open file from here, or we can click on open file, or we can go to file and click on open file. Similar way, we have add data tables. Add data tables, we can load the data from by clicking on add data tables, or we can use this plus sign as well, add data tables, or we can go to file, add data tables. So all the links are same, all the options are same. Only thing is there are different. They have been added at different places. So whichever suits you, you can use that. You can use any one of them. And if you want to add a connection, if you want to connect to a SQL data or any other online database, we can use this add data connection. So this can be used for the same. So there is another way of loading the data into Tibco Spotfire is, so let me show you the data which I'm going to use. So first of all, let me load the data from my C drive onto my desktop. So I copy data files, and I'm going to use this Superstore sales sample. That's my data set which I'm going to use. So either I can click on add data tables, or I can simply drag and drop into Tibco Spotfire section. So as soon as I drag and drop, the data starts loaded into Spotfire, and the data can be in .csv format or in Excel format. And once the data gets loaded, so it will give us the row ID, so we can format the data types of row ID. For example, we all of them are integer, and if you want to convert any one of them, instead of integer, if you want to convert into float or real, there is an option for real. Sales, so instead of real, let's say I want to go for currency, so I change the data type to currency. And worksheet, so we have three worksheets which gets loaded into Tibco Spotfire. So I'm going to work on order, so select order, click on OK, and the data gets completely loaded into Spotfire. So for a new user, there will be a recommended visualization tool available for a new user, but we'll be going to discuss about this later on in thoroughly in next videos. We'll be going to talk about this, how to use this recommended visualization tool. So right now I simply click on close, and if we just look at this section, if we look at this screen, on the left side we can see the data types, the files which we have added. They have automatically categorized into according to their data types, like numbers, currency, format type, and we have time, dimensions, and we have categories or and as well as identifiers. So if you want to have a look at what's the data table we have loaded, so there's an option here, table. So I click on this table, and the data will present in the tabular format. So that's the tabular format. We can have a look. The total number of rows are 8,399 rows and 21 columns, and we can select the data and we can mark this data. At the same time, if I want to create a bar chart for same, so there's an option here, bar chart, and as soon as I click on bar chart, so Tibco Spotfire will automatically creates the bar chart for the according to his requirement. So here on the y-axis there will be a row count, and on x-axis there is order priority. So this can be set, this can be customized. Instead of order priority, I want to go for region wise, so I select region, and you see the region wise, that's a total row count. So instead of row count, I select sales and sum of sales, and done. So see, that's the sum of sales. So the aggregation has been applied automatically, sales per region. And because it's coming, because I have made a selection on this specific record, and the region for this specific record is Nunavut region, so that's why it's coming. So yeah, I just clicked outside, and we can have a look here. So that's the bar chart which will be prepared quickly. We can apply the color as well, like apply the color, region wise color. I would like to display the region wise color, so I select the region wise color, and it will it present the data in different colors. And when I take my pointer on these regions, I can see the further details, like region is Atlantic, sum of total sales is region is Atlantic. Similar way, if you want to create a pie chart or any other chart, so that option is also here. We can have a look here for them. And if you want to filter the data, filtration can be applied. For applying the filtration, we have filters, so I can apply the filters. So I simply check the filters, and on the right side the filters appear. So we have the order date. For example, I can filter the data according to row date, and order priority will be critical, high, low. Order quantity, sales. So for example, I would like to see the sales whose sales is between 2.22, this is 89,061. I would like to see the sales between 50,000, or maximum is 50,000, so I move it to 50,000. I turn it to 50,000, and it displays the records accordingly. And if I click on the bar, it will reflect the chart. It will reflect the data in the chart as well. So it will reflect the data in the chart. For example, if I click in Nineveh, you see these are the data. That's the Nineveh data. And if I further scroll it down, and that's a customer name. Let's say a region wise. So I can apply a filter based on that. So I can visualize the data accordingly. I would like to see the data for Ontario region and Quebec and West and Yukon. So that's how we can apply a filter on the data just by clicking on it without writing any codes. So that's how we can visualize the data. We can perform the visualization on Tibco Spotfire. So that's a starting of our tutorial series. In next couple of video series, I'll give you a walkthrough on various options on Tibco Spotfire, and we'll do some real-time visualization by getting such data. So that's all from my side in this video. If you have any queries, you can write to us on www.bittrainings.com. You can subscribe our YouTube channel if you want to know more about Tibco Spotfire, and if you want to get an update information about the Tibco Spotfire videos. You can you can contact with us for the customized training on Tibco Spotfire. Keep watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.